Welcome, Aries. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled the King of Swords for you for this new moon in Aquarius reading. The new moon, I believe, is on the 29th of the month, and this is going to be impacting Aries in the area, especially for you with Aries rising, of your highest aspirations, your associations, your kind of global wishes and dreams. This may be the way in which you are communicating, sharing information with, or convening a discussion, a discourse, presenting ideas, publishing ideas, facilitating discussion through your curiosity. And that is through a line of inquiry that is intended to be not a judgment, but an opportunity for those engaged in this discussion to find their point of truth, their place of greatest illumination, enlightenment about their justice. And so there is a feeling here that you are teaming up together with others to pursue justice, to pursue the truth, to advocate for some truth or some cause. This is also an opportunity for you to understand the process by which you have challenged your own assumptions and come to this place of being open to a greater level of truth and control that you have over your commitments. The information you're sharing, the point of that information, the way in which you are moving others to action through the information that you share. This is a general reading, Aries. It is not intended to be for everyone that I'm reading for or that is viewing this message. However, if you're interested in a personal reading, information about that is in the description box below. Welcome again, especially if you're new here, and thank you for spending time with me. Let's get started with your energy around your social expectations, your social identity, the way others are seeing you. And this is described with the 10 of Wands, which indicates that you are carrying a huge amount of responsibilities. You're obligated to a lot of people, and many others look up to you, depend on you for whatever functions you perform consistently. There is an element of these obligations that is about a system of beliefs that you have relinquished, you no longer are invested in. And particularly at the social moment, for many of us in the Western world, we're experiencing this huge shift in the expectation that we have of our institutions to fill our needs as a social body. And those have shifted and are shifting so quickly that you are, for many of you, divesting yourself of your investment in the social order as it is, no matter how much you have benefited from it. And this is where it gets a little bit stickier for you, because there is a measure of benefit you've derived from the social order, but you also realize that there are many others who are excluded from the benefits that you enjoy. And so you are trying to make an ideological shift to a commitment to the abundance, the success, the well-being of all people and of the earth in general. In the first house, 2 cards came out for you, the Hanged One and the Hierophant. This is speaking to this ideological shift that I believe many of you are making in your personal transformation and individual growth. It has to do with the fact that you have seen your fate be well protected and advocated for socially. Through the social order, there's always been an opportunity for you to do something that you felt would benefit you. But the oppression that you have become sensitive to as a result of all of the privileges that you have is something that is causing you to hang back and better understand this, what feels like a contradiction to you. And that implies for you, Aries, who are so moved to action, so moved to innovation, to pioneering new approaches, this is causing you an uncharacteristic pause in your ordinary, steady forward motion, needing to be on the move, needing to be doing something, needing to be productive. And instead, you're having to really rethink. And it quite might possibly be this is information that's coming to you through your body and a variety of levels of consciousness that have not or are not ordinarily engaged. And so you are becoming increasingly aware of the responsibility you hold in the information that you have to share. Whatever it is you are designing to teach, share, communicate to others is going through an increasing scrutiny by you in terms of your personal intentions. How is this going to impact you personally? What is the message that you're really sharing with others that you care for who do not share your benefit, abundance, or success in the social order? That's a lot. In the fourth house, this is the house of your foundation. So despite your desire to pull back and really gain a deeper appreciation of what your authentic perspective is, what your intentions are, things are moving quite rapidly in terms of the way that your foundation is being impacted as a result of letting in all of this new information. All of this desire to address the things that are concerning you in the moment, and all the invitations, perhaps, or opportunities you see to express yourself more authentically, more at the heart of your experiences, how you've been transformed through some event, health experience, or through some opportunity that you've experienced. There are many ways for you to have an impact that you may not have considered in the past. But there is implied in this new approach, these invitations, these sudden opportunities that are moving at you rather rapidly, that you are engaging your expression differently. You're using your words differently. You're considering the responsibility of your words differently. And you are increasingly aware that your audience has grown immensely, or your desired audience has grown immensely. You're no longer simply content with your own comfort or stability, your own growth, but you really want to level this expansion into a more impactful place. In the seventh house of your social, your significant relationships, the Emperor card. And this is one of your official cards. And this is going to the core of, I do believe, the information that you're wanting to share. The shift that's occurred in you from trying to be in control of your life, your experience, your circumstances, and the wisdom you've gained in understanding that your real control comes in your response and action with those resources and opportunities that you have at hand, so that you understand it's what you do, how you intend to use your words and actions as a result of your intentions that is helping you to zone in on what your intentions actually are, because your commitment follows your actions, your thoughts, your intentions, and your uh, intentions are designed and orchestrated increasingly towards the external world. So you're not simply content with the way that you as an individual or your family or your loved ones are coping with certain changes that are occurring in the world or in your lives, but rather you realize you have a burden of responsibility to share what you've learned with others in order to help them to gain access to the kinds of information and opportunities that you have and have had. I'm going to pull an oracle card and hope that this is resonating with you so far, Aries. The new moon in Aquarius is quite weighty, following the Sun conjuncting Pluto for the first time in Aquarius in over 70 years or something. Now, considering that Pluto wasn't discovered until 1945, something like that, think atom bomb, that's kind of an academic consideration. The fact is that Pluto was discovered in Leo, and that is a signature for a certain generation. But that Pluto being in Aquarius, the opposite sign of when it was discovered, should be giving us some social clues about our path forward. And that's a whole lecture that I'm not going to bore you with, but I am going to remind you that if this reading resonates with you and you enjoy it, I appreciate your likes, your support, your subscribes, all the ways that you keep me able to do these readings for you. And I've pulled blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. I think this is operating for you at a very deep collective level, and that is part of the signature of the planet Pluto and being in Aquarius. The way that we are responsible for ourselves includes the way that we benefit from the labor of others. And for those of us in the so-called developed countries, this responsibility can weigh very heavily. And so I do feel like that is it's certainly political, but it's also a spiritual assumption of a responsibility as you verify for yourself that you came here to deliver service, to help others. And that living a good life is not sufficient if it doesn't empower others to do so as well. I'm going to clarify the 10 of Wands with the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're really trading in your foundation. You're assuming and accepting that you have benefited greatly in the social order, wherever that is. And I'm not talking about people being rich. I'm talking about how the ease of your life, the flow of your life, the opportunity to pursue the things that you wanted and to have received a reasonable amount of success. But Trading that in means that you understand that your work is now sharing what you've learned, helping others to gain some of the access that you've had. And so there's a huge shift in the way that you want to learn and grow. You're wanting to grow an intentional community that is global. In the first house, the Hanged One is clarified by the Six of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. This is beautiful. This is showing me that this huge work you're doing to make this shift, this philosophical shift in your intention, your spiritual, personal intentions, is being accompanied by a lot of work on your part, a lot of understanding the connection between your personal development and your greater global awareness, your greater preparedness to take up whatever tasks or opportunities come your way. And this commitment to the collective, to the community, to the gathering of people together is where you are really shining, as you understand that you are one of many, that you are surrounded increasingly by your peers, and that your choices in allies are helping to supporting your growth by recognizing your contribution, celebrating your contribution. And that is because for some of you, this is the first time that you are aligning with your intentional family or community. For many of you, you have done this many times before, and this is reaching a new level given some of the technological advancements that we can enjoy and appreciate, so that you're able to do this at a larger level. You're able to further explore the global community in a way that hadn't been likely in the past. But you're getting back supportive and encouraging recognition for the work that you're doing, the contribution that you're making. In the fourth house, the Eight of Wands is clarified by the High Priestess and the King of Wands. The High Priestess is in your fourth house, particularly, is drawing on your ancestry. Wherever your spiritual guidance comes from, this can certainly be a cultural tradition, a family heritage that is informing you about your position as a leader, as someone whose passion is so aflame regarding the journey you've been on, the lessons you've learned, and the uh, authenticity with which you offer your knowledge to others, the authenticity with which you join with others to do the work of improving the world. This is an area where you are allowing your leadership skills to identify you as one of many. And there's a bit of a conundrum there for you, Aries, where you are learning through your desire to merge with the collective group, identity, association that you're working with. You are allowing yourself to, you're allowing your ideas to lead the way. And this is part of your creative expression, how you publish, create, write, document, draw, paint, screenplay, film, whatever it is you do, make music, is being informed by this collective commitment. This is fueling your leadership, your desire to grow, your passion, your spiritual and personal inspiration is something that motivates you and that you motivate others. So I can see you doing some research that is in alignment with some kind of cultural heritage or tradition. In the 7th house, the Emperor is clarified by the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. It is through your relationships that you are coming to your greatest independence. I feel like you have learned and are continuing to learn how your relationships encourage you to stand your own ground, to express yourself, to move forward your own narrative. And that by doing so, you further empower your significant others, whoever they are in your life, to do the same. This is identifying and cultivating your own interests, your own resources, so that you make choices based on what's aligned for you. That is not outside of the context of relationships. This for you is done within the context of all of your relationships, where you increasingly see yourself as an independent agent that working through chosen relationships that you feel are aligned with you at a social, spiritual level. I'm going to finish up this much longer reading than I had expected with a crystal oracle. I haven't done this in a while. This is an older deck that I love, and I pulled the Shungite for you, and the key word is discipline. I practice the art of discipline, and it brings freedom to my soul. Thank you so much, Aries, for this incredible reading. Until next time, namaste.